Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Ira, and having a special episode of Coffee with Ira this morning as I want to talk about vacation thoughts. I had this hashtag. I didn't create it. Apparently, somebody else has been using it, but I just call it vacation thoughts. And I put some of these profound, they're not really profound, but some of these things that I've been thinking about as I was on vacation, and I thought they might be helpful. And I wanted to remember them. In fact, I wrote a list of vacation thoughts that I had, and I want to share them. I don't usually read. Like, this isn't a thing that I prep for. You know, it's just usually random stuff that I think about. Whatever I'm chewing on for the day is usually what I talk about in Coffee for Ira. But today I wanted to go over these, so I did write them down. So I'm just going to share, and hopefully it's helpful. If not, don't watch it. But if it is, then good. It was worth it. So here we go. Here's my vacation thoughts. So first and foremost, recharging with loved ones is awesome. So make sure that you do that. Most companies give some sort of vacation time. Don't waste it. Don't let it roll over. Uh, Certainly don't just take a cash offer for the time. You need time to recharge. Your loved ones need time to spend with you, to know that they're important to you, and you can communicate that in these vacations. So anyways, recharging with loved ones, it's awesome. Second one, when you love what you do, like I love print. Uh, Print sales to me is something, it's hard for me to explain to people who don't understand printing why I love it. But just understand this: printing, a lot of times there's a lot of things that are complicated, and it doesn't always seem that way, especially if I'm explaining it to you, because I like to take things that are complicated and make it simple. However, it's complicated, especially print equipment. You're dealing with people's networks, and they've got different software packages that they're trying to run, and they've got different set of users that are local and that might be out of network, and all these different things, sizes of paper. And it's amazing the different variables that come into play. But I love it because I love to help people. I like to take things that are complicated, things that are inefficient, and I like to help people get what they're trying to do out of what they already have. I like to take people who feel overwhelmed and educate them and train them and help them with solutions to make their life better. So anyways, when you have that with whatever it is that you do and you love it, then it is really, really hard to turn that off completely, even when you're on vacation. And that's okay, because you love it. It would be different if, like, you were just doing whatever you did to survive and to pay the bills. And it's okay in that case, I think. It's like, it's Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 or whatever, and it's 5:01, and you're like, I'm done. I'm done. I'll think about that tomorrow at 8 o'clock when I'm back on the clock, and that's okay. But a lot of people were giving me grief about working on vacation. I still answered my phone. I still took emails. I talked to my boss. I talked to customers. I talked to our inside support people. And some people are like, why are you doing that? It's your vacation. It's like, you know what? Because my company, I'm part of a team. It's a family thing, and we're trying to help people. And part of helping my customers is helping the people that are helping my customers while I'm on vacation. So it doesn't bother me at all. So I just want to let you know, if you struggle with that, like, should I answer my phone? Should I answer emails? Of course, I have my vacation responders on and all those things. But anyways, I think it's okay if you are still slightly engaged, as long as you're not working the whole time you're on vacation. Anyways, don't be afraid to try new things. So I am personally a person who has a lot of routines. It's one of the ways that I get a lot of things done, because I always know what I'm supposed to be doing, and I have a pattern of how I approach things, even when I'm studying new things and I'm trying new things in my daily life. It's usually based on some type of patterns, time schedules. I'm reading about new stuff and I'm learning, research or whatever. But usually there's a lot of structure. I'm a systems person. So when I was on vacation, I kind of did the opposite. I let the schedule go, which kind of went free form with it. And also I set out to do some things that I'd never done before. Shelling was one of those things that I did in Florida that was unique. I didn't actually even set out to do it. It was just something that I discovered, and I thought, oh, this is fun, and I actually really liked it. But what I was doing is I was taking my toes and digging them down into the sand like 4 or 5 inches, like digging down. The water was murky, so I could not see, you know, very far down. I couldn't even see like my waist, right? So it was murky, so you couldn't see, but you could feel with your toes, and you could kind of feel that there was something there, and you could dig down. And then sometimes, not every time, sometimes they were these beautiful conch shells. I'm probably not saying it right, but anyways, they're not like the clam type shells that go like that, but they're kind of like snail shells, and they're circular. They're beautiful. They have these little ridges on them that are kind of can be pokey. But anyways, it was a lot of fun. My wife and I did it. I did it every day I was there, and I had a lot of fun. So digging my toes where I can't see, and the fear of crabs and jellyfish and all this stuff that could have got me. I just I didn't think too much about it. I just did it, and I enjoyed it. But the other thing about that I learned is sometimes, just like with work, persistence pays off, because there were a lot of times I would go through like a half hour and not find anything worthwhile. I don't know what the longest gap. I wasn't wearing a watch. That's just seemed like, man, I've covered a lot of ground here, and I've not found anything, and I'm in a bad spot. We had went out to a sandbar one day, and we thought, well, the further we get out, the less, picked over it would be. I don't know if that makes sense, but anyways, we thought the further we got away from the shore, the more likely we were to find better stuff. So we went out there and we found a ton of starfish, which we were not interested in. There was thousands of them. You couldn't help but walk on them. So we weren't finding sand dollars and seashells that we were looking for. So my wife and I were like, oh, maybe we should just go in and do something else. But it's like, well, I'm going to go back to the area that we were. Even though we had been out now for a couple hours, I'm sure, and I was worried about getting sunburnt. But I'm like, I just want to try it. I know there's a spot that I had found some previously. So anyways, went back to that spot, and I found some of the best shells that I found the whole trip, just by not giving up, by, doing a little extra work. And anyways, persistence pays off, just like with every other endeavor. If you're doing the right things and you're not getting the results that you're looking for, keep doing the right things, because persistence will pay off. Sometimes people are just watching you and going, you know what, I'm impressed that you don't quit. I'm impressed with how hard you work and the effort you show, and they see it. And so sometimes, you don't get that immediate gains, just like a gym, right? You're working out, and you're on this plateau, and then all of a sudden, you start to go back up and see those gains. So, hang in there. Whatever your fight is, hang in there. If you're doing the right things, keep doing them. If you're not, then maybe you should switch it up. Another thing that happened, I don't want to detail all the bad stuff that happened on our trip, but there was quite a few. It was like it came in waves. And one of the things that we've learned, that I've known forever, because I've done martial arts and fighting pretty much my whole life, some combat sports. So I know it's easier to basically roll with and go with a punch or an attack than it is to try and brute force stop it, right? And that's just the martial arts principle. It's physics principle. To stop something in motion is not as easy as catching that energy and riding it. Okay, so bad things do happen to good people. From a stolen wallet and a misplaced cell phone, and our car got broken into, and some other stuff. It's like it just wave after wave. So what could have happened is we could have got bitter, and we could have been miserable and wallowed in pity and felt sorry for ourselves, and maybe justified, right? Because these things are legitimately bad. But instead, what we did is we said, we believe in the Lord. We believe that He's sovereign, and we know that bad things happen to good people, especially to those that are called to His purpose. So what are we going to do? We're going to not let Satan steal our joy. We're not going to let these lemons make us sour. We're going to turn them into lemonade, and we're going to smile. We're going to, hopefully bring some glory to the Lord and have a good time anyways. And I'll tell you what, because we determined to have a good time and to put smiles on our faces, I think that it allowed us to get over things quicker. Also allowed us to shine a little bit for the Lord, which is always something we're trying to do. So enough about that, but that's take from that what you will. Okay. Vacation is great, but it's just a break. So this is a big one, right? Vacation is not the purpose of your life. It shouldn't be what you're working every day to achieve. Even vacations, like we've got a family trip planned for next year. It's a big deal. It's been on our calendar for a long time. And then we got another one that we just heard about from the other side of the family that is like a bucket list thing. And so we've got 2 vacations next year that are planned that are going to be awesome. And I'm super pumped for both, but that's not my life, right? I'm not going to live every day for that. I want every day to take a little bit of time to enjoy my life, to smell the roses, if you will. And I think that you guys should too. You know, vacations are wonderful and you need to recharge and you need to take that opportunity to get away and reestablish communication, refortify, if you will, with your inner circle, with your loved ones that they're special. But your life, make sure you're taking time for your health, for personal pleasure, for hobbies. It doesn't have to consume it. You shouldn't let it consume your life, but you should have something, right? You should have the time in your week that you're going to the gym, probably 3 or 4 times. We sit behind computers too much. We sit behind steering wheels too much. And we do too much of this and too much of this on our phone and these things. So make sure that you're taking care of yourself. Exercise, diet. Watch what you consume. Don't just consume social media for entertainment, right? Make sure that you're learning new things and make sure that you're working hard. One of the things that I like to do is I like to do research. And I research after hours stuff, about my competitors and industry trends and what's the latest technology in the print world. And sometimes I'm looking at stuff that has nothing to do with the segment of printing that I'm in, just because sometimes I'll then take that technology from that other segment and pop it over. Or sometimes people will ask me like, hey, Aaron, have you ever heard of this type of printing? Like there's a type of printing where you dip the item into basically liquid and they've got the print on the surface. And they'll use it for things like metal, something that's been preformed. They'll dip it in and it's like a wrap, right? So people ask me, hey, can you wrap this thing? And it's like, well, you could, but the better way is to dip it. And I wouldn't know about that if I didn't do the research. So anyways, take time each day to do some things that you enjoy, even if it is work related, in my case, research. Okay. Another thing that I've learned, and I'm probably really bad about this because some people are really warm and fuzzy folks. They're like huggy, touchy feely. I actually am not that way. I'm more like it's just understood. Like, I love you and I know you love me. We don't have to necessarily express it. And I'm trying to get better at that. But one of the things that it became clear on my vacation that, I probably need to take more time to communicate that verbally to my inner circle, my wife, my kids, my best friends, my family. So anyways, I'm gonna try to be better at that. And if you're having trouble, do it. And a lot of times people get mad about things. It's not even said. It's miscommunication because something wasn't said and there was like, hey, I just assumed that you knew, and they assumed that they did know, but they assumed what they knew or what they assumed they knew was not the right thing. And now there's some hurt feelings or hard feelings or whatever. And it's easy to, what do they say, an ounce of prevention's worth more than a pound of cure, I think, something like that. Anyways, communication can help be that preventative medicine for you. So that's pretty much all I have. It's a lot. Hopefully, I know this is obviously a longer Coffee with Ira. It's Friday. It's my Monday. So I got to get to work. But y'all have a great day. And I look forward to seeing you again next time. Again, if you're looking for me, you can find me on LinkedIn. You can find me on YouTube. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook. You can find me on Project Help You Grow. You can email me all my contact information on my Project Help You Grow profile. It's also on my LinkedIn profile. If you need anything print related in the Bay Area, man, I need to talk to you so I can figure out how I can help you so I can turn your business. And I'll be happy to do it. And hopefully you'll be happy that I did it too, because I take really good care of the customers. So have a great day, everybody. I look forward to seeing you next week.